Hey guys, Wolf, and I'm back for another video. So in this one I want to talk about main characters. I'm not really get emotional on this channel, or have any kind of attachment to characters. Obviously you guys have seen me progress in Soul Calibur 5. And obviously initially I chose Pat. I say I chose Pat, I was more kind of forced into the path of Pat. So Soul Calibur 5 is the first fighting game I ever played properly. Obviously when I was younger I used to have Super Smash Brothers and Brawl and used to just mash buttons, use Ganondorf and just knee people around the place, but those days are gone. So I pick up the game, I take it home. I think the first person I looked at was, okay, I don't know any of these characters, let me pick up Ezio, because I knew about Assassin's Creed, let me just pick up Ezio. I think there's a video, my first ever video of me playing the game on the channel as well. Don't watch that. Don't watch that. Don't. I don't want to watch that. You shouldn't watch that. But yeah, we'll go on from there. So I pick up Ezio. I don't know what I'm doing in the game. I'm just mashing buttons. I'm getting messed up. So I jump into story mode. Story mode is obviously Pat and Pyro, and I ain't choosing Pyro. There's one thing you should know about me. I ain't choosing. I don't think I'd ever main a female character. I don't know what it is. I just don't want to. I don't want to hear their whining. I don't want to be the one causing the whining. You know what I mean? Like, if you play Pyro, fine. I don't mind because I'm not the one pressing the buttons making make all them noises. You're the one doing that. But I'm not going to be the one to do that. So I'm not choosing female characters as the main. I don't want to hear the whining so much. So I choose Pat. I start playing Pat online, and I start realising that this button, this move, 66B, leads into mad damage. I'm thinking, okay, so I've got this, but I've got no low option. So what should I start doing? Okay, so I realised after, I don't know, a couple of weeks, couple of days, I don't know what it was, but running K, that slide, the one that crosses people up, and 66B is a legit mix-up against noobs. So I start spamming that online. I start getting some wins, thinking I'm a big boy, I'm thinking I'm good at the game. Obviously we all know I'm garbage at the game, so irrelevant. It's irrelevant what kind of mix-up I was doing because I was just beating other noobs. So that started working for me online. I used to get, excited every time I would hit that 66B. But yeah, obviously you get to higher ranks and you start getting beaten up and you just realise, okay, this is not a mix-up that's going to work forever. It actually still does work at top level because it is a legit mix-up, but people will just take the low and won't get hit by 66B. But anyway, I'm going off track. We're talking about main characters, so I chose Pat for that reason. And then the third reason was why I chose Pat is the knees. I realised he's got this grab that's unbreakable, and he just knees people in the face like 9 times. Obviously, I didn't know at the time that you could break it early and only eat 2 knees. It loses some of its impact when you only hit 2. You know what I mean? Like when you're hitting a guy 5 knees in his jaw, you feel that. When you're hitting a guy with 2, it's just like, is it even worth it anymore? But online, I'm a noob. I'm playing against other noobs. They aren't breaking it, so I'm hitting all 5. So yeah, for that reason I chose Pat. And obviously I eventually get to tournament level and I realised that Pat is actually pretty cheap and a quality character. I've realised that like in like story mode, they're basically giving the characters cheap stuff because they want the casuals to use that character and get through the story mode as easily as possible. So it's a good bet that if a character's in story mode and is used for the majority of it, they're probably pretty good in tournament setting. So yeah, Pat and Pyro obviously top tier characters. So that's how I got to Pat. In this game, Soul Calibur 6, of course, Pat's not in anymore. And no one that plays like Pat is in it anymore. I guess Sophie's probably the closest, but I ain't playing Sophie. Like I said, I ain't playing girls. So, it's either Pat or nothing. So, Pat's not in the game. I have to choose someone else. Now in 5, my secondaries were Mitsurugi and Maxi. I looked at Maxi in this game. I didn't even play Maxi, I just looked at him. His character design, in terms of how he looks, I love. He's my favourite character in terms of just pure design. Not move set, not anything like that, just pure actual design of him, his appearance. He's my favourite character. But I start looking around and thinking, okay, I look at his moveset and it's just like, it's pure strings now, it's all stances. That's not how I like to play Maxi. I like to play Maxi with about... That's not how I like to play the game, to be honest. I like to play the game with just a few moves, but just perfect move placement. If that makes sense to anyone that's listening to this. But yeah, I don't like a lot of moves. I like a simplified move set, and I just choose my moves accordingly. So I think, okay, Maxi's not for me. I can play Maxi now, but he's just on the side, and he'll probably never be my main character. He's just an okay character for me. Still playing for fun, but you know, he's not my main character. So I look at Mitsurugi. I'm thinking, okay, Mitsurugi, he was cheap in 5. He had bare pokes and stuff. I like playing neutral. Let me pick Mitsu. I picked Mitsu, and like 50% of his pokes are gone. I'm like, excuse me? He's got his stances back, and his stances are actually really good in this game. But especially Relic. But yeah, like half his pokes are gone. I'm like, okay. He's got 3-3K, which is that big old knee that just knees people halfway across the map. But you know, eventually I just realised, okay, this character's not for me. Funnily enough, I went away from Mitsurugi, and I'm gravitating back towards Mitsurugi as a secondary, or someone to complement my actual main. So I start looking around, and I start thinking to myself, okay, how do I pick a main character in this game? I have no affinity to any other character in this game. I don't necessarily like any other character in this game in terms of design, apart from Maxi. But I don't really want to play Maxi. So what do I do? So I started analysing myself and seeing who would fit me the best. So what do I like doing? And what are my strengths? So personally, and you guys might disagree, whatever, but the thing I like doing in this game is playing neutral. So I'm gonna have to choose a neutral heavy character just because, in terms of enjoyment, that's gonna give me the most. And what am I good at? I think I'm fairly good at rushing people down. So have we got a character that's mid-range and rush down? It's probably not. There's probably not going to be one that's both. Grow is probably the closest, but you know, funny enough, Grow is another one that I'm looking at as a secondary. So you know, you might see some Grow gameplay soon enough. So I start thinking to myself, okay, so I've got a mid-range. I like playing neutral, so it has to be a neutral game, and that's number one. That's the number one priority for me. Is neutral. I just love playing neutral. I don't care about playing keep out. Rush down is. I like rushing people down, but it's a secondary thing. It's not like a number one have to have this in my game. So I start looking around mid-range characters, and like mid-range characters are probably like, I don't know, Voldo. I'm never playing Voldo in my life. I'd rather play any female in this game than Voldo. I'd rather play Ivy, and Ivy's probably one of the most boring characters for me to play. But I'd rather play Ivy than Voldo. Voldo is the bottom of the list in terms of characters I would ever play. I hate taking him into training mode, for fuck's sake. Like I don't even want to touch him. I don't even want to see him on screen. Sometimes I go over his character and character select, and I get a little bit of a twinge. Like I just hate the character. I don't know who made the character. I don't know why he's like a mainstay in the game. Which developer is sitting there going, oh, you know who we got to get back? Voldo. Yeah, get rid of him. Soul Calibur 1 and when Soul Calibur 2, whenever he came into the game, he should have been kicked out immediately. They should have been like, put him in a box and just put him in a coffin and just binned it. Who put him into the game and then everyone just thought, yeah, let's bring him back every year. Fucking hell. Alright, so that's enough about Voldo. Yeah, I'm never choosing Voldo. So yeah, I started looking at my strengths, and eventually I got Geralt. No, he's a male. Plays his neutral's pretty good. He has some other cheap stuff like his AGI and stuff. So, and obviously before when the game comes out, you don't really know who's top tier and not. I'd say even at this point, people don't necessarily know who the absolute best characters are. Obviously, like Aswell and Ivy are in there, but in terms of making a top 5, not everyone can agree on who the best characters are. So yeah, Geralt is definitely up there. He's probably like top 6, top 7. But yeah, I didn't know that when I'm picking the character. So you start playing the character and you start feeling, does this character resonate with me? Can I play him at top level? Well, you don't necessarily need the best character to play. You just need a character who you can play the best, if that makes sense. Like if you ever, this is gonna be like a Street Fighter example, but if you've seen Punk this season, he was playing Cammy earlier in the season, and as soon as he changed back to Karen, he started messing people up because Karen is his character. Him and Karen together is a miles better combination than him and Cammy. Even if Cammy's a better character, the combination of Punk and Karen is a much better proposition than him and Cammy. So yeah, I just look for my best character, not necessarily the best character in the game. And I settled on Geralt. Now, I've been playing Geralt for a bit. I quite like him, he's alright. I'm not sure for the entirety of the game he's going to be my main, because I feel like in this game it's very similar to Street Fighter, where I would say you either need a top tier main character, or you need 2, maybe not mid tier, but upper mid characters that complement each other. So that's why I'm looking for a secondary. So I'm thinking maybe Geralt and Mitsurugi, because Mitsurugi's a little bit more rushdown, or Geralt and Grow, which seems like a more appetizing proposition for me, because you know I get to rush people down with Grow. Like whenever I get rushed down with Grow, it looks good. I don't dislike being rushed down with Grow. It looks pretty good, especially like I've seen Kerrigan play, and the way she plays it's quite interesting to me. It's quite nice to watch, you know. So yeah, that's how I chose my main. But the thing is that in terms of choosing secondaries, I think you should go for a not your direct secondary that you're going to play in tournament, but maybe the secondary, the tertiary, your tertiary character should be one that, not necessarily that you don't want to play, but highlights your weaknesses as a player. If you don't know how to play keep out properly, then choose a keep out character and develop that way. It's all about being well rounded, you know. That's my big thing. I just want to be well rounded. I don't want any glaring weaknesses in my game. Whether I need to play keep down, whether I need to play keep out or not, I think it's good for you to understand keep out and how to play keep out, to then rush someone down. If you understand what I'm saying, like understanding the mindset of keeping someone out is gonna do you well when you're trying to rush someone down. It's a bit like striker and a defender. I know some coaches. I'm talking about football here for a bit. You know, some coaches switch the roles every once in a while, so you kind of understand what the other person's thinking about in situations, like when they're defending and when you're attacking. So yeah, same kind of situation. Understand the opponent to understand yourself. But yeah, tell me how you end up with your main. It's actually quite an interesting question about how people chose their main, why, and do you stick with your main? Are you loyal? And will you play other characters if they're not in the game? Or will you just not play the game at all if they're not in the game? It's like, how loyal are you? Scale of 1 to 10. It's like if your husband or your wife goes to prison, do you wait, or do you play the field while they're gone and then wait for them to come back? Yeah, let me know. Anyway, catch you guys later. Safe.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! Battle 3. Fight!